Hello, this is the syllabus for Crafts IPA. That's Intermediate, Proficient, and Advanced for spring of 2021. So what this class is about, the upper level crafts classes go through different cycles so that you can retake them without repeating the same things. And this year's cycle is focusing on Native American culture specifically and crafts, and the different themes are transcription, time, tradition, transformation, and tutelary. And actually the first one, transcription, is our starting theme, and it's not focused exclusively on Native Americans. It's a general kind of craft for all purposes and all times. So our goals are communications, visual literacy, learning how to understand cultural communication, and the importance of content and context, especially when working with crafts from different cultures. Creation, which is developing technical skills, craftsmanship, aesthetics, and design. Connecting, understanding how crafts connects to cultural traditions, beliefs, and rituals, both historically and currently. So what you will learn by meeting those goals: visual literacy, the understanding of how cultural arts are interpreted within our own context, our own lens. Technical fluency, ability to use different techniques. Most of the work that we do for the Native American cycle is three-dimensional. So you'll be working with different types of materials than you probably have before. And contextual understanding, which is your ability to relate to the experience of different cultures, in this case, Native Americans. Communication. Online, you must log into Google Classroom daily and read your announcements. They tell you the class and school information, give you a to-do list for the day, and have the attendance form attached. You can always email me. You can contact me through Google Classroom comments, or you can text me. If you text me, you're guaranteed to get an answer as soon as I hear that text. Okay? If all possible, I will stop doing what I'm doing and answer your question. All right, so it doesn't have to be through school hours. It can be weekends, it can be evening, it can be morning, it can be during school. That's okay. If I can stop and answer your question, I will do it right away. So grading. Formative grades are 30% of your work. This includes most online assignments, quizzes, process papers, experiments, responses, all those things. Summative is 70% of your work. This is studio projects and written responses. Final exams are 20% of your grade if they are required for electives. We are not sure if they will be in the spring. And if they're not required, your grade is 50% for each quarter. Absences and makeup work. You must log into the online form in order to be counted present for the day. If you're at home or if you're at school, you must log into that form before midnight in order to be counted present. If you do not have internet access at home, you can text me that you are present. All of your work is available online. You're expected to complete work regardless if you are face-to-face or online. So not just on your cohort days that you're here at school, but also on online days. And if you do not attend school during your cohort days, you still need to do what we do online. Your assignments have posted deadlines. There's a grade deduction if their assignment is submitted 5 days after the deadline. And please let me know if you know about an extended absence you might be having, if you have to travel unexpectedly, or something of that nature. Supplies. You need your Chromebook every day, and it must be charged. In school, you have a bin. It's assigned by cohort. With our upper level class here, it's small enough that everybody can have their own bin. So you will be using just those supplies that are in your bin. You're the only person using those. If for some reason the class gets too large, then we will rotate out and clean them between the cohorts. Out of school, it's suggested that you have some blank paper for drawing, a pencil and eraser, colored pencils or watercolors, a ruler, glue, needle, thread. And for our projects, you will be needing project-specific supplies. So if you are coming during your face-to-face cohort, I will have them here. If you're going to work online or you can't attend for some reason during your face-to-face cohort, you need to let me know, and they can either be picked up at school, at the office or the logo area, or I can deliver them to you and put them in your mailbox or what have you. And I do that a lot, so don't feel weird about that. I did it all last semester, and it's not an issue. So classroom expectations. Of course, you know these. Number 1, communicate appropriately in word, image, and actions at all times, online or face-to-face. Take responsibility for your learning, behavior, and supplies. Do no harm. I'm not there to nag you in person during your online days. You have to be adult enough to get your work done. Engage fully, both online and face-to-face. No slacking. You know that I love you a lot, but I am not fond of slackers. And yeah, get your stuff done. Use technology wisely. Have your Chromebook charged, be logged in and ready to go at the beginning of class. All school rules are in effect always, and I always expect good manners. Online expectations, attendance. You must complete your daily attendance form, whether you're online or face-to-face, by midnight. If you are working online, you do not have to work during our regular class hours, okay? You can work, I don't care when you work that day, as long as you do your attendance and get your work done. Assignments, your work is assigned daily with the exception of Wednesdays. Wednesdays are usually work days. Wednesdays are also when I roll out the introduction to projects for these classes. So it's very important to make sure that you log in on Wednesdays. And if there's an introduction to a unit, you need to go through that presentation so that you're ready to go for the next day. All work is due on the days assigned unless otherwise instructed. Of course, major studio projects will take more than one day to do, but the short formative assignments should be done during that day. Announcements, read your daily announcements. They cover school and class information, and they have the attendance form. Communication, you must provide a valid email and cell phone for parent and guardian contact. I will contact them if you have not logged in, if you are not working, and that's not fun. Please read your emails, comments that I write on assignments and grades, and contact me with questions. Health and safety. Masks are required at all times. They must cover both your nose and mouth. We do eat breakfast in this class, so when you come to school, after you get checked in, you pick up your breakfast, you bring it here. I have a special protocol for that, and that is the only time that you should not have your mask on. You may not have food and drink during class other than that. Your workstations are assigned. You need to stay at your station unless you're given permission to move. All of your materials are cleaned between cohorts, though you guys have your own personal bins, so that should not be a problem. Food and drink are absolutely not permitted except for during the assigned breakfast time and lunch time. So if you bring your coffee for breakfast, it's got to be gone before we start class. Restroom breaks are scheduled by the school. We have one during the class. We have a very specific time to go. This is required so that we can keep people down to a minimum of one in the restroom at a time, and to leave the custodians time to go in and disinfect and sanitize the restrooms, which they do routinely throughout the day. Leaving class, you may not leave class at any time unless you are called by the office. Additional information for technology help, Google Classroom under the topic Technology actually is tutorials, not tools. Health and safety, Google Classroom under the topic Class information. Online setup and protocol, Google Classroom under the topic Class information. Okay, we're going to have a good semester.